to this episode of Beauty to Bank, the number one place online where beauty professionals learn how to make money without standing behind the chair. Welcome back to this new episode. Super excited today. We've got Mr. Millionaire Barber himself, Uchendi Nwani. A lot of people know him as Chin. He will be on with us today. I'm super excited for this episode. We're going to talk about how to make six figures online. Okay. Yes, it is absolutely and totally possible. I'm going to go into that a little bit more in just a moment. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a really good weekend here in North Carolina. The weather's been really weird. It was cold and then all of a sudden it was just literally flip the switch, summertime, 90 degrees. So enjoying the pool and all that good stuff. School is out and it's a holiday. So good stuff. I hope you guys are not working too hard. You're getting to spend time with your family. So let's get into this six figures online. One of the reasons why I love talking about making six figures online is because it's all about choices and how you want to spend your time. So whether or not you want to spend your time standing behind the chair, when you have that digital content going, you have your system set up, people are able to pay you and receive product from you. You are able to still serve your audience without having to trade your time for money. So let's talk about six figures with digital content. Okay. It's not as hard as you think. I know people talk about six figures all the time. It just seems like this lofty goal, six figures online. What do you do? How do we do it? So I will share with you that last year I made six figures on digital content alone. And the majority of the products that I was selling were $27 and $39 products. Okay. Now, I know that might sound a little crazy, so I'm going to break this down for you. Okay. Now, the reason why this is such a big deal to me is because a lot of you may or may not know my story and know that I actually quit my job in 2017. I was a vice president at a Fortune 50 company, and I quit my job to become a full-time entrepreneur. And so that was really crazy. I'd worked so hard to get this job. I have this master's degree in software development and all of these degrees and accolades and everything. And to quit that for online just really sounded kind of crazy. But it's really not that hard. And I was able to finally crack the code and get to six figures literally with only digital content. Okay. Now that didn't count so I just want to share this part. That six figures that I made with digital content, that did not include things like, my one-on-one sessions, brand partnerships that I had. Okay. Now, me coming from a corporate background, I do want to share that, when you're working in corporate America, people do not talk about money. So this is something that I had to warm up to, but I think it's important that we talk about these kind of things because I want to make sure that you understand how real it is. I want to break it down. And if you don't have anybody to tell you these things, how will you know? And that's why I really wanted to start this show. Okay. So let's break down the six figures. Okay. So if you want to make $100,000, that's $8,333 per month. Okay. $8,333 per month. Okay. I know that might sound intimidating. We're going to break it down even further. Don't worry. I got you. Okay. $100,000 is $274 per day. Okay. For 365 days a year. Okay. So all right, we're breaking it down. It feels $274 a day feels a little bit more attainable than $8,333, right? Don't worry, let's break it down even more. So if you have a $27 product and you sell 10 of those a day, I think it ends up to be about 98,000 really, but I think, are we okay with saying that is $100,000? Is that okay with you guys? Let me know in the comments, okay? Make sure that you're sharing this, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Make sure that you're sharing this because there's tons of other people who would also want to know how to make six figures online, okay? And I think it's really important that you do work with other people that have common goals and that they can help you get there, okay? All right. Awesome. Awesome. Good stuff. So with that, thinking about that $27 product, that's less than $1 a day. Okay. That is literally less than $1 a day. So think about the fact that that's not a lot of money. Okay. So if you sell 10 of those a day, you can easily get to your $100,000 a year. Okay. You can easily get to that. So what would you sell? What could you sell that could help somebody else, that you could record yourself doing? You can give them a download. Let me know in the comments, what would you sell for your $27 product? You want to sell 10 of these a day. What would you sell? All right. Now, on that point, let's cut to commercial. When we come back, we will be hearing from Mr. Millionaire Barber himself. All right. Let's hear something from our sponsor, ShearShare.
How many salon and barbershop owners out there are haunted by empty salon chairs? No, seriously, it happens. Because 40% of salon and barbershop space goes unused every day, and that empty space eats up your money. And the 1 million stylists who need space to work don't have a way to find those empty stations on demand. Stylists and barbers who are independent and don't want to be tied down by long-term contracts. That's where ShearShare comes in. Owners can list their chairs at a time and price that's convenient for them, and stylists can rent space on demand when and where they need it. Just browse, book, and work. Owners make 3 times the money in half the time. Stylists save an average of $175 per week in overhead costs. And for the first time, have the freedom to work whenever and wherever they want. Access professional salon and barbershop space on demand. Download the ShearShare app now.
I just love ShearShare. I mean, literally, if you have not downloaded that app, I don't know what you're doing with your life. The really dope thing is that it helps the owners, barbershop, salon, spa owners. It helps the owners, and it helps the stylists, the beauty professionals, because if you want to travel somewhere and do a pop-up, it makes it super easy for you to find space. You don't have to, go on Instagram and ask people. You can just download the app, and it is for licensed professionals. That is something for sure. So definitely download the app now. Okay, so we've got time right now. It is the time to talk to our guest of honor, Mr. Millionaire Barber. He's done so many amazing things, from cutting hair in prison for 3 cents an hour to building this huge empire with getting $17 million in government funding, and to now moving on to his digital empire and teaching other people how they can get government funding for their schools. So, Chen, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Susan.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining.
You've got your product in a couple different places.
Chen,
Can you
gosh,
talk
when did I
about
meet
that?
you? It's probably been, did I meet you in 2015? It's hard for me to even remember. It seems like I've known you forever now.
Yeah, it was probably 2015 at the Bronner Brothers Hair Show.
That's right. We had a booth right next to each other, and I was selling a book, and you were selling a book as well. So
Right.
tell us about that book.
Oh, that book was The Millionaire Barber Stylist, How to Retire from Behind the Chair.
Okay. And so what inspired you to write the book? So tell us about, you always talk about your story, how you started from, going to cutting hair in prison for 3 cents an hour. Like, how did this whole thing evolve?
Well, right after high school, I went to barber school because my best friend, he was already a barber, and we were working at fast food places making minimum wage. That's been back in 1988, 89. So I told my mom I'm going to barber school. She said, no, you're going to college because in our house, you got to go to college or you get kicked out. So she let me go to barber school, went to Tennessee State University the next year, and I cut hair out through college. So my senior year is when I went on vacation, conspiracy to distribute cocaine. So I ended up in prison. So I started cutting hair there for 3 cents an hour. At the other prison, I was cutting hair for sodas and snacks because it wasn't any money. And, then I got out of prison, of course, with no money, no job, no driver's license, bad credit, no credit, and went looking for jobs. But because of my record, nobody wanted to hire me. So I immediately started back cutting hair, arching eyebrows, doing manicures, pedicures at the Federal Halfway House. And then I enrolled back in college and finished my 42 hours the last year. And I was cutting hair Tennessee State University's college campus in their campus salon. So,
Okay, and so then did you go directly from college to opening your own shop, or how did you get to the point of opening up your school?
well, when I was in prison, couldn't help with sodas and snacks and 3 cents an hour. I had to set my goals. And, I wrote them down.
Mhm.
I'm enjoying owning the school. I'm enjoying making $1 million. I'm enjoying buying my mama mansion. So I wrote down the goals as if I had
Mhm.
already achieved them.
Okay.
And so when I came home, I'd already set that goal. But then 2 years after I got out of prison, that's when I opened the school because I didn't want to just open a shop. I mean, that was really beneath me. It was small thinking or whatever. I always thought big. And plus, I didn't want to work behind the chair because I didn't like manual labor. Because at the federal boot camp, we worked 17 hours a day, hard labor. And I had owned shops, but I didn't like babysitting those grown men either. So there's a lot of things I didn't like about the shop, but I knew with the school made the most money. Every beautician, barber, nail tech esthetician that has gone to school, they already know that when you're in school, you don't get paid. The school owner gets paid, and then you got to pay them, and then they get the kits wholesale. They sell them to you retail. The same with the books. So the school owner has the chance to make a lot of money and impact the community too.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So you got a mentor, and that's really how you got started with your school. Now, was it hard? I know you opened up your school. Now, I know you didn't just come out the gate with the 17, started getting all this government funding. Like, did it take you a long time to get government funding? And talk about what does it mean to get government funding?
Okay. Well, as far as government funding, this is just like when you go to a regular university, Pell Grants, sub and unsubsidized student loans. But when you open a beauty school, it takes 3 years record time. That's without making any mistakes going through the straight process because you can't even apply with NACAS, which is the accrediting commission, until you've been open 18 months. And then after you've been open 18 months, you can apply, but then that process is still going to take another 12 to 18 months. So record time is 3 years. So for those first couple of years, I just ran it like a big barbershop slash school, and I let students go for free. Then I let some of them do payment plans, and my overhead was low because I opened up in the hood where I grew up. So it was a raggedy building, roof was leaking,
Mhm.
but that's how I started out. And then the third year, of course, I got accredited because I was in Miss Velma's program. Miss Velma DeMumbering, she had a school blueprint that taught you how to open a school, become accredited, and get government money. And it was laid out. It was a system. And all you had to do was copy, cut, and paste and follow her blueprint.
Okay, and so how did you get connected with Miss Velma?
I've met Miss Velma because one of my ex-girlfriends was a hairstylist, and she
Mhm.
went to one of her beauty schools. And I would take her to school sometimes and drop her off. And it was this big old school, and it had about 200 or 300 women there. And I wanted to meet, the owner and my friend, my ex-girlfriend Kimberly. She said that she would set that up, and so I got to meet Miss Velma, and she told me about her program, and she allowed me to get in the program.
Right. So I know you, Chin, pretty well. We've worked a lot on business stuff together. We've worked immensely on online marketing and things like that. But I know you well enough to know that when you went to drop Kimberly off at the school and you were thinking about, okay, how much money does it cost to go here? And you said there were 200 or 300 women, you start calculating, right?
Exactly.
And one thing that I know about you that's so smart that I want to make sure that I highlight here is that when you see somebody that has done something that you want to do, what do? Tell it, let them know.
I copy them and get
Right. And you
and
and
become
you
their
reach
friend.
out.
Yeah, reach out.
Yes, you get a mentor and you have multiple mentors depending if you see somebody that has done something that you want to do, you are always a person that's like, okay, let me figure out what are they doing? How can I do
Exactly.
that? Yes. So let's talk a little bit about, there's a picture here with you and TD Jakes. So tell us about how did you meet TD Jakes?
I met him in 2000. I was in Ebony magazine. They were featuring people that had bad luck or been to the bottom, and then they got back up. And so they did a one-page story on me, and that's when he saw it. Because back then, if you were in Ebony magazine, every Afro American or black person in the world would literally see it because we all read the Ebony magazine. And so he called the school and said, I want to fly you to Manpower to speak to 20,000 men. And of course, I said, well, I can't go because I'm on federal parole. I can't leave the city. And he said, ask your probation officer. And so I asked them, and they gave me a 2-day furlough pass to go down there. So that's how I initially met him.
And then after you did that conference, you started a tour with the churches, right?
Yes, because when I went down there, actually before I went, when I was in Ebony, I had about 5,000 letters that they forwarded to my mom's house. People just asking about my story because most people got somebody that's been in trouble, whatever. So they was asking, well, how did he turn around? And that's when my friend said, well, let's send him a postcard and tell him the book will be shipped in 4 to 6 weeks. So we were just playing. And so we had a fake book cover, that he put on the front of the postcard and the Ebony magazine that said send $15 plus $3.50 shipped and handling, and the book will be shipped in 4 to 6 weeks. Well, about 3,000 something people sent $18.50. So I had like, I don't know, it might have been 50 something thousand. They were sending money, cash, checks, money orders, because the internet wasn't really big back then. So then when I went to TD Jakes, he said, well, let's scotch tape this book cover on the front of this Rich Dad Poor Dad book. So he did that. And so when I got on stage to tell my story with Bishop Jakes, the camera zoomed in on that fake book, and then preachers, they start buying like 100, 200 books pre-ordered. So now I got all of these book sales over $100,000 worth, and I have no book.
Wow. So I bet you wrote that book real quick, huh?
Yeah, it took me a week to write that book. That was the Millionaire Ex-Convict.
Yes. Okay, awesome. And I don't think I have a picture here, a picture of that cover here. But that's really amazing. And I want to kind of talk a little bit more about the prison time. And the only reason I really want to talk about this is because, I actually had a student in my 6-figure business systems coaching program who shared that with the class, how that they had gone to prison. And I find that, barbering seems to be a lot of times a career that lends to people who have, it's friendly. It seems like truck driving and barbering are friendly for people who may have had prison time, because sometimes, even though we say, oh, you've served your time, you've paid your debt to, to the community and that sort of thing, that we'll find that people have a lot of hurdles. Like I've heard of people before not being able to rent apartments. You talked about having trouble finding a job. And so, it's really just amazing to hear your story, because, even once people have paid their debt, they've done their time, when they try, it's really hard. It doesn't seem to rehabilitate people. So it seems to be, though, in your case, the fact that you couldn't get a job was probably a blessing, right?
Yeah, that was a blessing. I mean, the last job I had, I was 17 years old.
Right.
So,
right.
And I really didn't want a job. I mean, I was trying to get a job because that was mandatory that you have a job when you live at the federal halfway house.
Right. Okay. Well, I love that you share that and give, I think your story is so inspirational, and it can give other people hope that, listen, you made more having a school than you probably would have made having a job. Would you agree?
I totally agree.
What was your major in?
Business administration.
All right. So you were able to use it. Do you think you used your degree at all, what you learned in college?
Yeah, college teaches you a lot of stuff. A lot of people say you don't need college. Well, you probably don't. But if you go to college, you're going to learn some stuff. Even people that run these billion-dollar companies, multi-billion dollar companies, 9 times out of 10, they're hiring people that went to college. So you do learn things in college.
Okay, okay, awesome, awesome. So I want to talk some more about how you've evolved to online. But first, I want to go ahead and run a little promo here that we have for the Beauty to Bank virtual 2-day conference. We're going to take this show on the virtual road. So we'll be right back, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, we're back. So I'm super excited about the 2-day conference, and I'm super excited that Chen, you're going to be one of my speakers, and Chen is still here with us, Mr. Millionaire Barber himself. I'm super excited that you're going to come onto the conference, and you're going to teach them some stuff, right?
Yep, I'm going to teach them some stuff.
Right, right. Good stuff. So you've had your school. Now, can you talk about how your business has evolved now? How have you taken advantage of this online universe?
Well, online, a lot of people are selling their information or their gifts, talents, and knowledge. So with me being in the school industry and owned a school for almost 20 years, that put me ahead of the curve as far as teaching people how to open schools. So when I noticed that people were selling their information, I only knew how to do one thing. So that was easy for me to figure out. So I started teaching people how to open a school, become accredited, and get government money. I mean, I was already doing that because I had a CD-ROM that I bought from the dollar store years ago, and I recorded and put the information on the CD-ROM, and I would go to the hair shows and sell that CD-ROM for $500. So when the internet world came, the digital world, then I just transferred that CD-ROM to the digital and 10x the price.
That's how it works. So a lot of people feel like the online thing really came about in 2020. Okay. So you had been building your systems and learning and everything prior to 2020. So you already had this knowledge and this insurance policy in your back pocket, really, before this started. So a lot of people are starting to feel like, online is going away. It's don't worry about it. We're back in the shop. Outside is opening back up. What would you say to a beauty professional about having online content?
Well, I would recommend every beauty professional, every person should have an online product because that's operating at the highest level of wealth. You're not exchanging time for money. So if you can take your gifts, talents, knowledge, or expertise and record it, turn your phone sideways with an iPhone or an Android and sell that information, I mean, that's one of the easiest things that you can do. Everybody can do that because we all have some kind of specialized knowledge. And if we market it to a certain group of people, they will buy that. So I recommend everybody do it because if the pandemic comes again, what are you going to do? Even if it does not come, the Garden of Eden was fed by 4 different rivers, meaning there's 4 different incomes. So when one brook dried up, you still had a stream of income and you don't have to work. You work
Right.
one time, get paid forever.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. That is one of the things that I love that makes me so passionate about doing things online. There's no inventory, there's no shipping. There is literally, I mean, I'm thinking right now, but I literally can't think of a limitation to you making money. Right. So even times, I've heard a lot of people, wig makers and things online talking about how, during, shutdowns last year, that it was very hard to even get wigs and hair. There's nothing stopping you from making money. There's no limit. You can have one person taking your class or 10,000 and it doesn't cost you any more effort or any more money. It's crazy. Literally limitless. So tell us about your school blueprint program.
The school blueprint program, it just teaches primarily a beauty professional, barber, stylist, nail tech, or esthetician, or an entrepreneur, how to open a school, become accredited, and get government money. Everything is online. So once they sign up, all the content is digital. They can download the contracts, all the documents. It's copy, cut, and paste, fill in the blank. The business plan, 35-page business plan, is already done for them. It's just copy, cut, and paste, fill in the blank. And there's a video training before each document. So it's tell, show, and do. So everything is just laid out so easy. They don't have to research it. And a lot of information that I have is not on Google. And usually Google has everything, but a lot of the stuff I have, you can't Google it. So the information and content is very valuable to a person that wants to open a school, become accredited, and get government money. And nobody else on the planet is selling what I'll sell.
Okay, well, that is a great position to be in. I'm kind of laughing because it's almost like while we have all of this great information at our fingertips, I think it has actually slowed people down from making progress, right? Because everybody thinks that everything is on Google and YouTube. And so what they end up doing is they end up thinking, oh, well, I'm not going to pay for this mentor. I'm not going to get this help because I can just figure it out on my own. But it turns out that, people are slowing themselves down. That is a lesson learned. I'm not going to call it a mistake, but that's a lesson learned that I have had in my entrepreneurship life. I'm a newer entrepreneur, became full-time entrepreneur in 2017. And that was something that I'm really good at figuring things out. But I had to realize, one, I was wasting time not getting to where I wanted to be by trying to figure things out on my own. And two, everything was not online. Everything was not online. A lot of times they're leaving steps out, right? Would you agree, Jen?
Yeah, they leave stuff out. And time is more valuable than money. So
Absolutely.
You don't want to wasting time.
Exactly. So I want to know, I don't know, let me make sure that they've got this video. There's a video from Instagram here of you in a convertible. Let's see if we can get them to pull that up. Do you guys see that video? Okay, let's see. We've got this video. Let me see if I can pull this one up over here. It was you. Tell us about the video of you in the convertible, right? It was a video of you in a convertible with the man weave hanging off your head.
Okay, yes. So that video right there, with the man weave hanging off my head, some years back, the man weave got real popular amongst Afro-American men. And a lot of people were getting it done they would show pictures on Instagram, but nobody would show their face. They always had like a white thing covering the man's face. And so it was like a mystery. So I was the first person on Instagram to show their face, getting it done before, after. And I just figured, I know on social media, grab people's attention. So I'm thinking, what is the craziest thing that I can do to grab their attention? So when I was going to get another unit in Florida, I said, I'm going to rent a convertible and drive down the street 100 miles an hour with this unit hanging off. I'm going to record it and put it on the internet. And then I'm going to use that as bait to grab their attention. And then hopefully people will start sharing the video, and then it would drive them back to Man Weave Unit. And then they could click the link and I could get their name and email and send them to the next page, and they could watch how to do a unit. And then eventually they would click the link and buy the online course. So that was the strategy behind that.
Okay. And so that video actually went viral. Can you talk about some of the people who shared that video?
Yes. Snoop Dogg, he had about 30 million people, and he shared it. He charges probably about 80 to 100,000 to post. But of course, if you got a viral video, everybody will share it. Niecy Nash, a lot of other people, all the comedians shared it because they were talking about it. It got probably about 50 million views from that video.
Yes, and what's funny is I actually I found out about the video because my husband showed it to me on World Star Hip Hop. So it definitely made the rounds. And I love what you're saying, because a lot of times people want to go viral looking perfect, but you putting yourself out there and purposely making yourself look silly actually was some of the best marketing ever.
Yes,
It
it
just
was.
captured people's attention. People are, it was crazy. I remember people had done voiceovers, comedians had done voiceovers on it. It was crazy. Okay. It was super, super crazy. Um, but yeah, that was so much fun. Okay, so I'm gonna shift gears now. So, Chin, you had worked with me in the past when you were first starting to go online, and I love to tease Chin about this because Chin is like a guru online now. Like he's literally building funnels and websites, and he's become so techie. But when I first started working with Chin, he was not techie at all, and yes, I'm teasing him and messing with him, but at the same time, I do want to share this because I think a lot of people get intimidated. A lot of beauty professionals get intimidated when they're not technical. And, how did you get over that? How did you get past yourself? And you made a lot of mistakes. And, I know that you can encourage somebody, share, like, how can beauty professionals learn how to get ahead in this techie world if they're not technical?
Hire a mentor like you and pay them, and that way you can get on their nerves anytime. Because every time you need something, you can pick up the phone and call or text, and eventually you're going to learn. Because without you, um, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I mean, I spent a lot of money. I gone to masterminds. I've been on YouTube. I bought tons of courses. I read books. I listened to podcasts. I did everything. But if they don't have a proven mentor like you, I don't think it's going to happen. And if it does, it's going to take a very long time because even the trainings out there, they skip over steps. Even some of the trainings that I've spent thousands of dollars, and I would call the company and say, well, the training's not working. I met a CEO actually of a big tech company, and I saw him at a Trader Joe's, and he had a T-shirt on. I told him that his trainings didn't work, and he said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "I've been trying to do this, and I'm about to quit." And they had a lot of people quitting their company as far as subscribers.
Hmm.
And he said, we met for lunch one day, and I showed him, and he said, "Wait, wait, wait! Why didn't you click there?" And I said, "The video didn't tell me that." And he said, "But you should know that." And I said, "No, if you've never opened a door in your life, you don't know to go to that door and turn the knob and pull it or whatever." And so with your training season, you train A, B, C, D, and that training, the way that you train me, it made sense to me. And if you broke everything down, I mean, you're the first and only person to ever break it down in layman's terms or kindergarten terms. You make something so difficult so easy, and that's what you did. And
Well, thank you for that.
that really helped me. And I would take notes, and then out of your tutelage, I've become an expert. I'm proud to say that.
Yes, I love the fact that, being a full-time entrepreneur, getting this passion, it all came from serving, just wanting to help people. I knew that I had something to give, something to offer, and every single person does. Like I'm not alone. I think people just have to figure out, what their gift is, how they can help people. You help people open schools and get that government funding while other people were opening up schools, they weren't able to get the government funding. And it gets really hard, if people are trying to, get trained, as a barber or hairstylist and they're not there yet, they're not, a lot of times don't have the cash to pay for the tuition cash. So, having that federal funding and being able to apply for those federal loans, that changes the game for, the school owner. It changes the game for the barber, the hairstylist, the nail tech, for all of those people that want to get ahead. So it's kind of crazy how all of this lends to service. It really does lend to service. I know we talk a lot about money, but when you're serving people, when you are operating in your gifts, the money comes, but it always comes from service first. So thank you, Chin, for sharing that. Now I gotta tease you on one of these pictures over here. Now, a lot of people don't know this. While I have talked to Chin, I mean, endless hours on the phone, endless hours. Let me say it one more time. Endless hours on the phone. One of the funny things is that I have not been in person with Chin that many times in my life. So that picture right there, I don't know if you guys can stop it on that picture right there. I have not actually been in person with Chin, been in his physical presence that many times in my life. Maybe, I don't know if it's 2 or 3 times ever in all the years that I've known you. What's really funny is we actually met up one year at the Bronner Brothers hair show. And that's the picture. I don't know if you guys can put that picture on the screen there. The picture of the two of us together. And Chin tried to swagger jack me. Okay, he tried to swagger jack me on that picture. No, it's actually really funny. We actually both, they say great minds think alike. How would I know what Chin's gonna wear? And he definitely didn't know what I was gonna wear, but we ended up like looking like we came as some twins over here to the Bronner Brothers hair show. And I don't know, can we get that picture on the screen? But it was so funny. I like walked up. Have you guys ever showed up somewhere and somebody else has on your exact same outfit? Okay. Okay. Here we go. Let me see. It's gonna pop up right over here. All right. There we go. That's the picture right there. And it was so funny because this was not planned. Okay. This is absolutely not planned. One of those things where you walk and you're like, wait a minute, you got on my outfit. What's going on, Chin?
Yeah, I had your outfit on.
No, I guess it's great minds here, right? Great minds think alike. So, Chin, can you hang out for just a few more minutes? I want to go ahead and roll some video here and share some testimonials from some of the students. Yes, some of the students that are in my group coaching program, my 6-figure business systems. I love to celebrate other people's wins. Like it literally feels like my win as well. It feels like that. So let's take a look at a few of these videos and share some of these wins with other people. And please go ahead and drop in the comments. Go ahead and let's drop a little money bag emoji in the comments because I like it. Like, let's share making money without standing behind the chair. All right.
What's up, you guys? It's your favorite hair artist, Lena J. Currently getting ready for work. I am in a rush, but I quickly want to give a shout out. Susan Bennett, AKA the Social Barber. She is the bomb. If you need help making money in your sleep with things that you already know, like, hello, digital products. I don't even know why y'all haven't called her yet. Busy because I've taken advantage of digital. I gotta go. You guys have a nice day. Make sure you hit up Susan. Let her know Lena J sent you. When you wake up tomorrow making money, come back and thank me.
Miss Alina J, celebrity braider. Okay. I love you guys. I just cannot explain to you. I know that I'm operating in my passion. I'm where I'm supposed to be because I get joy from other people's success. And that just lets me know I am doing what I am supposed to be doing. And Chin is still here with us, Millionaire Barber. If you are not following him everywhere, he is Millionaire Barber. He's absolutely operating in success, operating in his passion and his purpose as well. Can you give people like a few tips here if they are on the fence or kind of thinking about opening up a school? Can you tell them what is the first thing that they need to do?
Well, first thing they need to do is research and look at your state board rules and regulations for your state because that varies from state to state. So that's going to tell you everything that you need, the square footage of the building, the equipment. It's going to give you all the rules and regulations. So at that point, that's going to let you know whether you want to move forward or not. Then the second thing, I would go to YouTube, Google how to open a barber school, how to open a cosmetology school, see what pops up. Also Google it, see what pops up, and then start doing some research. And if you see something that grabs your attention, it may lead you back to a person's website and do some more research. If they've done something, look at the testimonials and then DM or message the people who proclaim, that this system or whoever system worked for them. And then after that, I recommend getting in a program and finding a proven mentor. Even Tony Robbins says, find a proven mentor. It'll shave decades of time. It's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money, a lot of mistakes, and a lot of headaches. So those are some of the things that I recommend that you do.
Okay, awesome. Thank you guys. Take notes, okay? Take notes. We are dropping gems over here on the Beauty to Bank show. Okay. So now that you have transitioned to online, Chin, how do you spend your time? What does a day in the life of the millionaire barber, what does it look like?
Well, I'll go live because you taught me about going live years ago before it even became popular. And so I'll do that a lot and talk. And really, my mom is older. She's like 76, 77 now. So I'll go get her stuff, whether it's going to get her something to eat. Then I might get on the phone with somebody who's in my program and walk them through something. So it's a lot different to be able to make money in your sleep and make money without working. Do something one time. It's almost like a singer, a rapper, or, they
Mhm.
sing a song one time and then they get these royalties forever. So it's a different world. And once you um, get exposed to this world, it spoils you. You don't want to, you really don't want to work again. You don't want to exchange time for money. That's the lowest level of wealth. So it's different. And you can help a lot of people. It's biblical. God says serve. And with an online system, you can serve the world, one person. I'm used to having physical locations, rent, light bill, water bill, phone bill, insurance,
Mhm.
alarm bill, gas bill, dealing with people, supplies. That's a lot. But with an online business, you don't have that. You
Right.
don't have to worry about people quitting, raising the
Mhm.
prices. It just has so many perks to it. So
Yeah.
a lot of advantages. And you can travel. You know,
Mhm.
I know you have a daughter Kennedy
Yep.
and your husband Derek, so you get to spend time with them.
Yeah.
And nothing's better than time. So it's
Right.
great.
It is. It's really a game changer. So I've been used to, working online, just because when I was in corporate America, I had a tech job, and I do feel grateful for having my experiences that I had in corporate America, because that really prepared me. It prepared me for this. It prepared me for entrepreneurship. It prepared me for this moment in my life. But because I was used to working online before online, being online was a thing, I have been working with people all over the world since 1999. It wasn't even a thing then, right? So because I had this background in technology, I'm used to having coworkers in India or, in Colombia, South America, not South Carolina, South America. I'm just working with people in Costa Rica and other countries, Canada, all over the world. That was not new to me. And so I think all of that prepared me for, oh, how do you work virtually? How do you work from anywhere? I did not have the type of job where I had to clock in and clock out, So for me, it was one of those things where I'm like, oh man, I was prepared for this moment. So let's talk a little bit. I love what you were saying about online, Chin. There's very low overhead, right? You don't have to pay the light bill. You don't have to worry. I got into this business because we were being sued by the leasing company at my barber shop. So I'm like, you don't have to worry about getting sued. The leasing company is my house. All right. So you're at your house, right?
Hmm.
And so you can just wake up, go downstairs.
Yep. Just wake up, go downstairs, wake up, check a Stripe account, check your PayPal account, and you might have made more money than probably 90% of the people. And they got to go to a job, in this rat race. So
Yeah.
it's a different world.
It is. I can attest to that. There are many days that I have made money before I woke up in the morning, and it was more than what I made, in my 40-hour week in corporate America, So kind of crazy. It's a crazy world, right?
Yes, it is.
It is crazy, but it's freedom. So let's hold on for just one more minute. Can we go ahead and let's run another testimonial from one of the students in the six-figure business systems course.
I'm so grateful right now because I just finished my program with Season Bennett. Guys, I did the 6-figure business system training, and y'all, when I say the best investment I ever could have made into my business, in one night launching my class, I was able to make what I make behind the chair in the salon. Period. Guys.
Yes, T colored me. Yes. Okay. Follow her on Instagram. She made in one night what she makes in a week in the salon. She was so excited. She was like, "Can I please make a video for you?" And I was like, "Yes, please." Okay. Listen, it is real in these internet streets. I need every single beauty professional out here to have a way of making money without trading their time. So, Chin, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know it's a holiday, so I appreciate you so much for spending your time because your time is valuable. You've got all the time in the world that you can spend truly how you want to spend it. And I just want to thank you so much. Tell us what's coming up next for you and how everyone can reach you.
Everybody can reach me at Millionaire Barber on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, millionairebarber.com. Next, I'm going to be going to different states. Primarily, I'll be in Atlanta, that city, doing a lot of trainings on how to build these automated systems. I'm going to take people step by step. So they're going to bring their laptops, and I'm going to have my laptop hooked to a big screen, and I'm going to walk them step by step. If they don't know how to build a system, a funnel, or whatever, everybody is going to leave that mastermind with an automated system built. So they don't have to worry about going to a conference where they got celebrities, sitting telling the rags to riches story or whatever. They're going to actually leave this mastermind, this conference, with a system built. So they're getting it's tell, show, and do. So that's what I'm going to do to help them, because I feel that will really help them instead of just going somewhere and getting hyped and getting motivated and inspired. Then you go home, you're still going to have to get one of those systems built, and then you're going to pay somebody. And then even after you pay them, if you don't know how to upload your picture, your videos, hyperlink this, you're going to have to pay them the rest of your life, because the internet online is here to stay. So this is going to save them a lot of time, energy, and money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Chin. Everybody make sure you follow him, and want to invite you back anytime that you want to come back and share something. And again, Chin will also be one of the speakers at the Beauty to Bank 2-day virtual conference. Thank you so much, Chin. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
Yes, yes, yes. So let's go ahead. We're going to roll one testimonial, and then I've got something special for you guys when we come back.
Hey everybody, I'm so excited because Season Bennett, the social barber, has created some fabulous digital products and a university that's digital. I can't wait to share it with everybody. So excited. Thank you, Season.
Yes, yes. So that was celebrity hairstylist Kim Kimball, and she will be joining us on this show, the Beauty to Bank show, very soon. So make sure that you stay tuned in, that you are liking this page, following, you're subscribing. And you turn on your notifications so that you don't miss the live show, so that we can see your comments and we're able to respond to them. Looking forward to that. Kim Kimball's also going to be one of the guests at the Beauty to Bank virtual show. I do have a limited number of free tickets as well. So make sure that you jump on those, because there are a limited number of free tickets. But also, if you want to learn more about doing digital content online, you can also upgrade your experience and get some classes. Okay. So I mentioned that I had something special for you. So I know that even though I talk about online, I talk about digital content, it sounds so mystical. It sounds so like what is this? I've even heard people tell me that it sounds like a scam. Okay. I've literally said, I don't understand this. This sounds like people are scamming people online. And I'm like, no, it's real. You can help people without having to be physically present with them. And just like I mentioned, it took me even some time to really get a proven system. Sometimes I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this where you can help other people better than you can give yourself advice, right? You can give other people amazing advice, but when it comes to yourself, you're like, I don't know what to do. Okay. And a lot of times when we're not getting the results that we want to get, let's say we try something new, we're not getting the results that we want to get, we kind of get distracted and start doing other things, and we don't really dig down and make the decision like, you know what, let me keep practicing. It's like we expect that every, an NBA player just walks onto the court and is instantly NBA quality. That is not the case. You have to practice. Whatever it is that you want to do, you have to practice. That's how you become good. So if you are a person that is like, listen, I need to understand this digital content. I want to own my time. I am tired of being chained to the barbershop, my hair salon, the spa, the nail salon, whatever it is that you work, wherever it is that you make your money. If you're looking for extra streams of income, whatever it is, if you want to change your lifestyle, you're tired of missing out, working every single Saturday and missing out on your kids' games, I want to invite you to join me on Wednesday for a free masterclass. And I'm going to break it down so you can really understand even what types of digital products you can sell. Okay. I know sometimes people are wondering like, okay, this sounds really cool, but what can I do? I don't necessarily know what I can do. I don't know how to do it. Join me, click the link in the description and sign up. It's absolutely free, and we will literally break down my system. So again, I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me. Your time is valuable. And thank you for joining us today on the Beauty to Bank show, the #1 place on the web where beauty professionals learn to make money without standing behind the chair. Share this with your business besties. Drop your questions in the comments. We want to hear from you, and let me know who else should be on our next show on Beauty to Bank. Thank you.